Thanks, everyone. Lithium Australia is fundamentally a processing company focused on processing solutions in the battery minerals space. Less so, not a miner as such, but more focused on optimising the lithium processing solutions and reducing the waste products that are coming out of some of these mining streams. Lithium Australia's got 4 business divisions. When we started out 7 or 8 years ago, we started pegging a lot of the highly prospective lithium areas around the world, primarily in Australia, and I'll talk you through some of those projects. But very quickly, we realised that there's a lot of material. There's less lithium material going into products than actually. More lithium material going into waste streams than actually going into products. So the lithium processing industry is very, very inefficient, and we'll talk you through some of the things we're looking at to improve on that. We have a chemicals processing stream, so looking at lithium refining. We started out focusing on producing lithium hydroxide and carbonates, and now we're very focused on producing lithium phosphates. In Western Australia at the moment, up to 40% of the lithium being mined is ending up in tailings dams or in a stockpile that's unsaleable, and we'll talk you through our solution to that. We also have a battery division, and we're producing cathode powders at a pilot plant in Brisbane at the moment. That pilot plant's been operating for the last 12 months, and we're producing material that we have taken off to India, China, Japan and Korea to talk to the potential offtake partners about that product. We purchased a company called the Very Small Particle Company, and that's coming along very nicely. And we've done one deal with a potential buyer of the product, and I'll talk you through that as we get in. We've also got a recycling business, and that recycling business is the only battery recycling business in Australia, and we're a first mover in that area. And people have seen the graphs on EV sales and how that's progressing. I guess you've got a 2 to 4 year lag on spent batteries. And so those exponential curves you're seeing on forecast battery production add 2 to 4 years for spent batteries to come out. And there's a big problem in dealing with that product. A lot of jurisdictions in the world are now banning putting batteries into landfill. They're piling up, and there needs to be solutions. So on the materials side, we've got the extensions of Greenbushes, we've got the extensions of Mount Catlin, we've got an area around Lake Johnson, not far from Kidman. We've also got the extensions of the Bacanora project in Mexico. Most of those are up for joint venture. If anyone wants to joint venture into them, we're focused on the processing side. On the lithium chemicals and refining side of things, Lena is our favourite hydromet conversion process. And basically what it is, it's a caustic digest. So very similar to what they use in the alumina industry. And conventional lithium processing, you have to roast before you leach. So the guys first concentrate it up into 5 or 6% spodumene, and then they're roasting it, and then they're leaching it. We're looking at hydrometallurgical solutions which have a low energy footprint, and taking traditional processes out of the mining industry and using them on different mineral applications. So with Lena right now, you look at all the feasibility studies that were done around spodumene mines, and the recoveries were all 75%, 80% targets. And go and have a look at the quarterlies and what they're actually recovering. And it's, some of these are below 50%, but 50 to 60% is probably the average. Green bushes are the most successful. They're getting 70% recoveries, and they've been doing it for 40 years. So, a lot of these mines, 50% of the product's been thrown in the tailings dam. So we've got a solution to that. Most of the product that's being rejected are the spodumene fines and slimes, and that material's not ideal for roasting because you can't physically get it into the roaster. It's ideal for our hydromet process, and so we're getting up to 95% recoveries on our hydromet process, Lena, which is basically a caustic digest, and then you're precipitating out the lithium. We're producing lithium phosphate, so we can produce carbonate or hydroxide. However, our preference is to go to lithium phosphate, and then we're selling that lithium phosphate. The plan is to sell it to the lithium ferrophosphate cathode producers. So one of which is our VSPC company, which we're working on. I'll talk you through where we are on VSPC very shortly. So VSPC, we've got a pilot plant up in Brisbane. We're producing these cathode powders. We're marketing into China, India, Japan. Our managing director's just got back from a trip to China and Japan. Those cathode powders we've been producing out of the pilot plant for the last 12 months. We're starting to get some very good feedback on those powders and how people think we can optimise them further. And we've signed up one potential off-taker in DLG Batteries. They're a private battery producer out of China. They've got us as their preferred cathode supplier. We've done a deal with them to basically sell their Saluna batteries back into Australia. So, like I said before, we're producing lithium phosphate out of our chemical process, and then that's going into lithium ferrophosphate cathode powders. The benefit of those cathode powders is, you're getting superior operational life, very good safety aspects, and a lot safer than your NCMs and a lot of the stuff that's going into mobile phone batteries at the moment. So, they can operate at a very wide temperature range, and there's no issues around supply chain, and issues around where the cobalt's actually coming from, because you don't have to put cobalt into those batteries. So these are the Saluna batteries that DLG are producing in China. We're currently in the process of getting them registered in Australia. They're certified in Europe and also China already. So hopefully over the next month we've got that certification, and we'll start selling those batteries into Australia. Those batteries are focused on the energy storage market, not going into cars, but more going into houses and industrial applications. Australia is one of the fastest growing users of batteries for energy storage systems, and these batteries are ideal for that purpose. Eventually, once we've got our cathode powder business operating, we're hoping for the cathode powders to be in these batteries that we sell into Australia. The other part of our business is the battery recycling business. Currently, we own 24% of EnviroStream. EnviroStream's currently the only business that is actively recycling batteries in Australia. We shred those batteries, we pull out the plastic, the steel, the copper, the aluminium, sell that off. We end up with a mixed metal dust that we're selling into Korea at the moment. So we're commissioning the expanded plant, and the next shipment should be later this month, sending that mixed metal dust into Korea. We've got deals with Bunnings. We're in 13 stores, so you walk into some of the Bunnings stores in Victoria and you'll see these EnviroStream collection units. We've also got deals with LG Chem in Milwaukee to collect their batteries. Officeworks as well are delivering their batteries to EnviroStream in Victoria. Ultimately, most of the value is in the mixed metal dust, which is nickel, cobalt, lithium. our eventual strategy is to turn that into a more high value product and turn that into nickel sulfide, cobalt sulfide, and to lithium phosphate. So we're closing the loop on the recycling of these batteries as well. Currently only 3% of batteries in Australia are recycled. Worldwide it's about 9%. There's a lot of jurisdictions where you can't put this in landfill. There's no reason to put it into landfill now. We've got a valuable solution to what we're doing with that. So thank you very much for listening to the Lithium Australia story.